this lecture, we are going to discuss how to arrive spectral terms for two electron systems under JJ coupling scheme. There are two types of coupling schemes. One is LS coupling scheme, another one is JJ coupling scheme. In this scheme, since we are considering two electrons, if you take a electron, only first electron, it will have orbital angular momentum quantum, angular momentum as well as the spin angular momentum. So the L1 star and the L2 star are the angular momentum of the first electron and second electron, and the resultant. So this angular momentum couples as a result, you get a resultant value L star. So this L1 star and L2 star pieces about this resultant L star. Similarly, the spin angular momentum S1 star and S2 star, which are the spin angular momentum of the first electron and this is the second electron, it couples. And we get the resultant S star, and both S1 star and S2 star pieces about L star. Now, this resultant L star and this resultant S star, and it will presents about its resultant J star. So L star presents about J star and L star presents about J star. So there is a coupling between L and S. This type of coupling we call as LS coupling. Another type of coupling is JJ coupling, in which orbital angular momentum L1 star as well as the spin angular momentum S1 star of the first electron, it couples to give the result J1 star. So both this angular momentum presents about is the result J1 star. Similarly, for the second electron, the orbital angular momentum L2 star and the spin angular momentum S2 star presents about is the result J2 star, and J2 star is the result of the coupling because of L2 and S2. Now this is J1 and J2. This couples to give the resultant J star. So this J2 star and J1 star presents about its resultant J star. So this is a JJ coupling scheme. This is a JJ coupling and this is a LS coupling. And the magnitude of this vector S star is S into S plus 1, and magnitude of the L star is L into L plus 1, and here L and S are the orbital angular momentum quantum number, and then this is the spin quantum number. Now, there are 6 possible interactions. One is S1 star and S2 star. So there is an interaction between these two, and the L1 star and the L2 star. This is another type of interaction. L1 star and S1 star is another type of interaction. Fourth one is L2 star and S2 star. In addition, 2 more interactions are there. L1 star with the S2, the orbital angular momentum of the first electron and the spin angular momentum of the second electron. So there is an interaction. As well as the sixth one is the orbital angular momentum of the second electron, the spin angular momentum of the first electron. So there are 6 types of interactions are possible. So due to these interactions, we have 6 energy relations. First one is gamma 1. That is because of the interaction between the S1 star and S2 star, which is given by A1, S1 star, S2 star, cos of S1 star, S2 star. The cos of S1 star, S2 star means Yeah, this is S1 star and this is S2 star. So there is an angle. This is theta. Theta is the angle between S1 star and S2 star. So the cosine of the angle between S1 star and S2 star. And similarly, gamma 2, here this is L1 star, L2 star. The cosine of the angle between this L1 star and L2 star is given by this relation. Here, this angle is the cosine of angle between L1 star and S1 star. This angle is the cosine of the angle between L2 star, S2 star. And similarly, for gamma phi, L1 star, S2 star, and L2 star, S1 star. This A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. This is given by A is equal to R alpha square Z square divided by N cube L into L plus half into L plus 1 centimeter cubes. So this is the principal quantum number. This is orbital angular momentum quantum number. This is the atomic number, Einstein structure constant, Rydberg constant. Now in LS coupling, this gamma 1 and gamma 2 is more predominant than gamma 3 and gamma 4. In JJ coupling, gamma 3 and gamma 4 is more predominant than gamma 1, gamma 2. And gamma 5, gamma 6, that interaction energy is very small in both the cases. So usually we neglect gamma 5 and gamma 6. For LS coupling, suppose there is this S1 star, S2 star, these two vectors, this the resultant S star. If we take a dot product of the S star, so it becomes S star square. This right hand side becomes S1 star square plus S2 star square plus 2 S1 S2 into cos of the angle between these two. So the cosine of this value can be determined from this expression. Similarly, the cosine of the angle between L1 L2 can be determined from this expression. That can be substituted here. You can get gamma 1 becomes this expression. So this is and gamma 2 becomes this expression. Similarly, you can find that the gamma 3 plus gamma 4 is A of A into J star square minus L star square minus S star square. So for JJ coupling, gamma 3, gamma 4 are predominant. So here again, so if you want to calculate gamma 3 and gamma 4, then this cosine value and this cosine value can be determined by the law using cosine law of triangles. Using the same trick, you can find the cosine of the angle between L1 star, S1 star, and cosine of the angle between L2 star, S2 star. Then you can get gamma 3 is equal to half A3 into J1 star square plus L1 star square plus S1 star square, and gamma 4 is equal to half A4 into J2 star square plus L2 star square minus S star square. So gamma 1, gamma 2 is can be obtained by which is equal to half A into J star square plus J1 star square minus J2 square. So this is usually a small value, and because this gamma 3, gamma 4 are dominant in JJ coupling. Now the term value T, term value of a particular level is obtained by is given by T0 minus gamma 1 minus gamma 2 minus gamma 3 gamma 4 centimeter inverse, where theta is the hypothetical term value of the for the center of gravity of the entire electron configuration. Now here we are focusing how to find the term values, spectral term values for the two electron systems. Now for example, let us consider P2 electrons. First case we are considering non-equivalent electrons. Non-equivalent means the two electrons will have different principal quantum number. Both electrons are having same orbital angular momentum, so same p orbit, but the n here, the principal quantum number for this electron is 2 and the principal quantum for this electron is 3. So this is called non-equivalent electrons. So if you want to discuss, find the J coupling, for the first electron, since it is a p orbit, L1, the orbital angular momentum one number is equal to 1, 1, S1 is equal to half. So what is J1? J1 is equal to L1 plus S1 to L1 minus L1. That will be a negative number. So we are using modulus. And then these values are decreases in steps of unity. L1 plus S1, another value is L1 plus S1 minus 1, and so on up to this value. So this is L1 is equal to 1, S1 is equal to half. So J1 is equal to, according to this relation, there are two possibilities, 3 by 2 and 1 by 2. Now for the second electron, L2 is equal to 1, again S2 is equal to half, J2 is again 3 by 2 half. Now let us calculate the total J value. Total J value is equal to, because of the coupling between this J1 and J2, the resultant value will be J1 plus J2 to J1 minus J2, again in steps of unity. So that is obtained by this step J1, J2 and put the capital J here. If you put 3 by 2 here, J1 is equal to 3 by 2 and J2 is equal to 3 by 2. J1 plus J2 to this value. So what is the value? 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 is equal to 3. And the last value is equal to 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2 is 0. So in steps of unity it will decrease. So 3, 2, 1, 0. These are the 4 possible J values. The term value in JJ coupling is expressed by putting J1, J2 within the parenthesis and the subscript J is put here. So this is 3 by 2, 3 by 2. J value is 3, 2, 1, 0. There are 4 levels. 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 3 is one level. 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 2 is another level. 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 1 is another level. 3 by 2, 3 by 2 is 0. So this is there are 4 levels are possible. For LS coupling, the designation is different. This is 2s plus 1 Lj. L is the total angular momentum, but number L. This is J. This is multiplicity of L, 2s plus 1. So in this way you want to represent the level. Whereas in JJ coupling, you put J1, J2 within the parenthesis and you want to put your J here. So here that you are getting 4 levels. If you put J1 is equal to 3 by 2 and J2 is equal to half, there are 2 possible values of J. 2 and 1, 2 comma 1. There are 2 possible values here. 3 by 2 to 3 by 2 plus this is 3 by 2 plus half, which is 2, and 3 by 2 minus half is 1. So there are 2 possible values. So 3 by 2, 1 by 2, and the J values are 2, 1. So there are two more levels here because of this one. And if you put J1 is equal to half, J2 is equal to 3 by 2, again J value is equal to 2 comma 1 by using this one. So this is half comma 3 by 2, 2 comma. So again there are 2 values. There are 2 term values. If you put half and half, this J1 is equal to half, J2 is equal to half, then J value is equal to 1 and 0. So the term value is half comma half within the parenthesis, and this is 1 comma 0. So finally you find that there are 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, you have total 10 terms. So because of the non-equivalent electrons, we arrive 10 terms. In LS coupling scheme also, for non-equivalent electrons, you get 10 terms. So the number of terms arises in LS coupling scheme is same as the number of terms arises in the JJ coupling scheme. So both are same. This is 10 and this is also 10. but the representation or the designation will be different. Suppose for equivalent electrons, let us calculate the spectral term. For equivalent electron means for both electrons they have the same principal quantum number. So p square 2p square means for both electrons the principal quantum number is 2. So this is an example of 3p square or 4p square. Anyway, so the principal quantum number must be the same. For these two electrons the principal quantum number is 2. For this principal electron, these two electrons the principal quantum number 3. So this is called as the equivalent electrons. So in this case, now let us write. So suppose here you take the J value. The total J value here is 3 by 2, half, etc. So for J is equal to 3 by 2 value, let us find the Mj, the magnetic quantum number. This Mj runs from plus J to minus J in steps of it. So when J is equal to 3 by 2, Mj is equal to 3 by 2 half minus half minus 3 by 2. So when J is equal to half, so there are three different types of J. This is 3 by 2 one value, half is another value. So when J is equal to half, Mj is equal to half and minus half. Now you write Mj1 in this row, 3 by 2 half minus 3 by 2. Mj2 for the second electron, again for 3 by 2, this is you put them 3 by 2 half minus 3 by 2. So for J1 is equal to 3 by 2, you have Mj1 is equal to these values. When J2 is equal to 3 by 2, you have J2 is equal to these values. So you form this table. This number represents the sum of this number and this number. So 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 is 3. Half plus 3 by 2 is 2. Minus half plus 3 by 2 is 1. Minus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 is 0. So each element here is the sum of Mj1 plus Mj2. So the Mj, M suffix capital J is equal to sum of Mj1 plus Mj2. So using this relation, you can obtain all the numbers, all the elements can be obtained. Now you put a dotted line here. The dotted line means, so here we have to apply a Paulus exclusion principle because no two electron can have all the quantum numbers the same. Therefore, if you choose a number in the diagonal term, it represents both the electrons are having same quantum number. So in order to avoid this, you have to remove this number. You should not consider these numbers along the diagonal. So these numbers we are not considering. Then you put a dotted line, inverted L shape. So the only possible values of total Mj is 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. So plus 3, 2 minus 3 is not possible. If you choose an element here, there is a problem because it will violate Paulus exclusion principle. So 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. This corresponds to J is equal to 1. Then only Mj varies from plus J to minus J. 2, 1, 0, minus 1. So if Mj is equal to this value, this is corresponding to capital J is equal to 2. The remaining number is J is equal to 0. So Mj is equal to 0. So Mj is equal to 0, that means J is equal to 0. The only possibility. So when J is equal to 0, Mj is equal to 0. Therefore, the term values are J1 is 3 by 2. We are considering J1 is equal to 3 by 2. J2 is also 3 by 2. The possible values of capital J is 0, 2 only. So 0, 2. So 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 0, 2. So for non-equivalent electrons, there are 4 levels. 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here only 0, 2. Capital J is 0, 2. So the 3, 1 is forbidden. So these are the only 2 term values. Similarly here, when J1 is equal to half, what is MJ1? Half minus half. When J2 is equal to half, MJ2 is half minus half. So find the MJ. MJ is equal to sum of MJ1 plus MJ2. So add these two. This is 1 and this is 0 and this is 0 and minus half minus. Again, the diagonal terms must be, you should not consider these diagonal terms, because once we choose this number, it will violate Paul's exclusion principle. So the only possibility is MJ, the capital MJ is equal to 0. So that corresponds to capital J is equal to 0. Only capital J is equal to 0, J must be 0. So the term value is, J1 value here is half, J2 here value is half, and capital J is half of 0. Whereas for a non-equivalent electrons, this is half of 1, half of 0. There are two terms, but one, if it is equivalent, there is only one. Now, for MJ1, when J1 is equal to 3 by 2, MJ1 is equal to 3 by 2 to minus 2. This is 3 by 2 half minus half 3 by 2. When J2 is equal to half, MJ2 is equal to half minus half. Again, MJ is equal to sum of MJ1 plus MJ2. We get 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, 1, 0, minus 1. Since it is not a square type, so you not worry about the Paul's exclusion principle. So here you put a dot line, inverted L, and the MJ varies from plus 2 to minus 2. So MJ will be 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, which corresponds to J is equal to 2 and MJ is 1, 0, minus 1, 1, 0, minus 1, J is equal to 2. So 3 by 2 half, the term value is J1 is equal to 3 by 2, J2 is equal to half, 2 comma. So finally you know that there are two terms here, there is one term here, two terms here. So finally you have 5 terms. So if you use a Paul's exclusion principle, you have there are for equivalent electrons you get only 5 terms. So for non-equivalent electrons 10 terms are possible. For equivalent electrons only 5 terms are possible. So for if we take a carbon atom and the outermost orbit contains only 2p square, which is an incomplete shell. Once if you use a LS coupling scheme, then we found, so since it is an equivalent electrons, we found 5 levels, and they are 3p0, 3p1, 3p2, 1p2, 1s0. So there are 5 terms here under LS coupling scheme. In lead, which is the outmost orbit is 6p square. So this is an incomplete shell. So for this you have since it's a 2 electron system, so there are 5 levels. We have already calculated 5 levels. These levels are half of 0, 3 by 2 half 1, 3 by 2 half 2, 3 by 2 3 by 2 2, 3 by 2 3 by 2. So these are the 5 levels. Now the theoretical calculation is possible because we know gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma 3, gamma 1, etc. And the spacing between the levels can be calculated theoretically. And experimentally also you can measure the spacing between these levels. And the experimental value or the theoretical value agrees well for carbon at 2p2. So this is satisfies the LS coupling scheme. So the carbon atom this agrees with this type of scheme, LS coupling scheme. Whereas in lead, again the experimental value and the theoretical value can be determined. Lead agrees well only if this coupling is JJ coupling. So this is an example for JJ coupling, and this is an example for LS coupling. So this is the way you have to designate the term values for 2 electron systems.